Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Sunday Night Poetry Moment. There is my co-host, Lou. He is making his way over here to hear these poems. Getting a front row seat for the festivities. We've got a lot of exciting material to get to. I hope everyone had a great week. I don't follow the news. Did anything happen this week? Anyway, let's get moving. We're going to start out with one of my favorite poets of the post-World War II era. That is James Dickey. And we're going to read two poems from his collected poems. And first, we will start with A Morning. A dog surroundingly howls. Painfully, he is changing his voice from a voice for the moon to the voice he has for the sun. I stoop, and my hands are shining. I have picked up a piece of the sea to feel how a tall girl has swum yesterday in it too deeply, and below the light has become more naked than Eve in the garden. I drop her strange body on cobbles. My hands are shining with fever. And I understand the long, changing word of the dog, with the moon dying out in his voice, and the pain when the sun came up for the first time on angel-shut gates, in its rays, set closer than teeth. The Magus. It is time for the others to come. This child is no more than a god. No cars are moving this night. The lights in the houses go out. I put these out with the rest. From his crib the child begins to shine, letting forth one ray through the 12 simple bars of his bed, down into the trees where two long-lost other men shall be drawn slowly up to the brink of the house, slowly in through the breath on the window. But how did I get in this room? Is this my son or another's? Where is the woman to tell me how my face is lit up by his body? It is time for the others to come. An event more miraculous yet is the thing I am shining to tell you. This child is no more than a child. Next, we have a selection from Shelley. I wanted to do a little bit of lyrical stuff here tonight. This is song. Rarely, rarely comest thou, spirit of delight. Wherefore hast thou left me now? Many a day and night, many a weary night and day, 'tis since thou art fled away. How shall ever one like me win thee back again? With the joyous and the free, thou wilt scoff at pain. Spirit false, thou hast forgot all but those who need thee not. As a lizard with the shade of a trembling leaf, thou with sorrow art dismayed. Even the sighs of grief reproach thee, that thou art not near, and reproach thou wilt not hear. Let me set my mournful ditty to a merry measure. Thou wilt never come for pity, thou wilt come for pleasure. Pity then will cut away those cruel wings, and thou wilt stay. I love all that thou lovest, spirit of delight, the fresh earth in new leaves dressed, and the starry night, autumn evening, and the morn when the golden mists are born. I love snow and all the forms of the radiant frost. I love waves and winds and storms, everything almost which is nature's and may be untainted by man's misery. I love tranquil solitude and such society as is quiet, wise, and good. Between thee and me, what difference? But thou dost possess the things I seek, not love them less. I love love. Though he has wings and like light can flee, But above all other things, Spirit, I love thee. Thou art love and life. Oh, come, make once more my heart thy home. Ah, the great Shelley. Doesn't it just make the hair on the back of your neck stand up? Next, we're going to do a book I just got this week that I was excited to get. Gerard Manley Hopkins, Mortal Beauty, God's Grace. The great lyrical Gerard Manley Hopkins. The Leaden Echo and the Golden Echo. How to keep. Is there any? Is there none such? Nowhere known? Some, bow or brooch or braid or brace, lace, latch or catch or key to keep back beauty, keep it, beauty, beauty, beauty from vanishing away. Oh, is there no frowning of these wrinkles, ranked wrinkles deep down? No waving off of these most mournful messengers, still messengers, sad and stealing messengers of gray? No, there's none, there's none. Oh no, there's none. Nor can you long be what you are now, what you now are called fair. Do what you may do what you may, and wisdom is early to despair. Be beginning, since no, nothing can be done to keep at bay age and evils, hoar hair, ruck and wrinkle, drooping, dying, death's worst, winding sheets, tombs and worms, and tumbling to decay. So be beginning to despair. Oh, there's none, no, 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 there's none. Be beginning to despair, 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 despair. The Golden Echo. Spare! There is one. Yes, I have one. Hush there, only not within seeing of the sun, not within the singeing of the strong sun, tall sun's tinging, or treacherous the tainting of the earth's air. Somewhere elsewhere there is, ah, well, where? One, yes, I can tell such a key. I do know such a place, where whatever's prized and passes of us, everything that's fresh and fast flying of us, seems to us sweet of us, and swiftly away with, done away with, undone, done with, soon done with, and yet dearly and dangerously sweet of us. The wimpled water dimpled, not by morning matched face, the flower of beauty, fleece of beauty, too apt to fleet, never fleets more, fastened with the tenderest truth, to its own best being and its loveliness of youth. It is an everlastingness of, oh, it is an all youth. Come then, your ways and airs and looks, locks, maiden gear, gallantry and gaiety and grace, winning ways, airs, innocence, maiden manners, sweet looks, loose locks, long locks, love locks, gay gear, going gallant, girl grace, resign them, sign them, seal them, send them, motion them with breath, and with sighs soaring sighs, deliver them. Beauty in the ghost, deliver it early now, long before death. Give beauty back. Beauty, 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 back to God. Beauty's self and beauty's giver. See, not a hair is, not an eyelash, not the least lash lost. Every hair is, hair of the head, numbered. Nay, what we had light-handed left in surly the mere mold, will have waked and have waxed and have walked with the wind, what while we slept, this side, that side, hurling a heavy-headed hundredfold, what while we slumbered, oh then weary, then why should we tread? Oh why are we so haggard at the heart, so care-coiled, care-killed, so fagged, so fashed, so cogged, so cumbered, when the thing we freely forfeit is kept with fonder a care. Fonder a care kept than we could have kept it kept, far with a fonder care, and we should have lost it, finer, fonder, a care kept, where kept, do but tell us where kept, where, yonder, what high is that? We follow, now we follow, yonder, yes, yonder, yonder, yonder. Next we have one of my favorite poets, Charles Olson, from The Distances. And this is a strange looking poem for Olson with the clean lines. Anyone who's read projective verse and anyone interested in poetry or creative writing really should read projective verse, which is Olson's essay on the idea of free verse. I don't want to go into too much detail about it because we're running out of time. Save that for a future episode. A newly discovered Homeric hymn for Jane Harrison if she were alive. Hail and beware the dead who will talk life until you are blue in the face, and you will not understand what is wrong. They will not be blue. They will have tears in their eyes. They will seem to you so much more full of life than the rest of us, and they will ask so much, not of you, no, but of life. They will cry, isn't it this way? If it isn't, I don't care for it. And you will feel the blackmail. You will not know what to answer. It will all have become one mass. Hail and beware them, for they come from where you have not been. They come from where you cannot have come. They come into life by a different gate. They come from a place which is not easily known. It is known only to those who have died. They carry seeds you must not touch. You must not touch the pot they taste of. No one must touch the pot. No one must, in their season. Hail and beware them in their season. Take care. Prepare to receive them. They carry what the living cannot do without, but take the proper precautions. Do the prescribed things. Let down the thread from the right shoulder and from the forehead, and listen to what they say. Listen to the talk. Hear every word of it. They are drunk from the pot. They speak like no living man may speak. They have the seeds in their mouth. Listen and beware. Hail them slowly that they have the seeds in their mouth. They are drunk. You cannot do without a drunkenness. Seeds can't. They must be soaked in the contents of the pot. They must be all one mass. But you who live cannot know what else the seeds must be. Hail and beware the earth where the dead come from. Life is not of the earth. The dead are of the earth. Hail and beware the earth where the pot is buried. Greet the dead in the dead man's time. He is drunk of the pot. He speaks like spring does. He will deceive you. You are meant to be deceived. You must observe the drunkenness. You are not to drink, but you must hear and see. You must beware. Hail them and fall off. Fall off! The drink is not yours. It is not yours. You do not come from the same place. You do not suffer as the dead do. They do not suffer. They need, because they have drunk of the pot they need. Do not drink of the pot. Do not touch it. Do not touch them. Beware the dead and hail them. They teach you drunkenness. You have your own place to drink. Hail and beware them when they come. And we're going to close this evening with a couple short poems from the Chinese dissident poet Bei Dao from his mid-90s book, Landscape Over Zero, untitled. When language was insane, we stood in the laws, one vacant lot, and being deaf and dumb were saved. One school bus after another skirts past an abyss of light. Night's an old movie, and music soaks into the age like rain. As orphans chase azure skies, books stand in mourning on the road, leading to explanations. Azalea and her sisters bloom for death. Before we read the last poem for the evening, just want to wish everyone a fantastic week. Thank you so much for joining us if you have. It's been a pleasure reading to you. Landscape Over Zero. It's hawk teaching song to swim, its song tracing back to the first wind.